everybody? It's your boy Sinister. Team RG, we in the building. Hope everybody had a very good day, a productive day, and accomplished a lot of goals today. Alright, y'all, listen. I got a situation that I got to inform y'all on for y'all to have these in your notes and to keep this in mind when you're dealing with this situation, because it's a possibility you can deal with the situation that I had to deal with. So, here's the thing. I'm coming out of Jonesboro, Arkansas, with a load coming. I was taking it to South Carolina, so I had to come across 40. So 40 goes into North Carolina, which ends up being the Smoky Mountains. Now, my Jake brake been acting up on my truck, so it's not holding me back when it comes to a downgrade. So now I think it was a 7% downgrade when I was in North Carolina, and the downgrade, it zigzags like this. Like a snake going down. So not having no Jake brake, plus let me see what my weight was. I got my scale ticket. So here's what my weight was with the load. I had 12,000 pounds on my stair axle, even. I had 33,720 pounds on my drives, and I had 32,500 on my tandems. And my gross vehicle weight, I had 78,220 pounds. So I'm going down a 7% downgrade. I forgot how many miles it was of the downgrade, but it seemed like it was forever, I'll tell you that much. So I'm going down to 7% downgrade. That's like this, like a snake. And I have 78,000 pounds, 220 pounds of product, plus the truck itself, going downhill with gravity pulling me down the hill, and I don't got no Jake brake to hold me back. So, thank God that I had the trainer that I had. Love my trainer. My trainer is the best, and he's A1 in the game. That's my opinion. My trainer is top notch. That's how I feel about it. So anyway, he taught me, my trainer taught me very well. My trainer taught me how to go down the hill with the Jake brake on, and he taught me how to go down the hill with no Jake brake on. See, so a lot of y'all students and that's getting on these trucks with these trainers, be sure to learn how to take your downgrade and dealing with mountains with your Jake brake on and with no Jake brake on, just in case you have a mechanical issue like I had with my truck, and you're not able to use excuse me, and you're not able to use the Jake brake because the Jake brake is malfunctioning. So, all right, here's some things that I jotted down on my little notepad for y'all to take into consideration. Get your notebook, write this out, but you can also have your CDL book, because I'm gonna give you the page and the section where you can find this information at. So, all right, in the CDL book, go to page in the right-hand corner at the bottom. Look for page 2-21, right? That's the page number. Now, go to section 2.6.6 on that page, and that's going to be speed on the downgrade. That's where you get this knowledge from that I'm about to give you. Now, when you're dealing with a downgrade, there's 5 things that you got to take into consideration. As y'all seen in my downgrade video when I was in Oregon with another heavy load. So, you got to take into consideration, number 1, you got to take into consideration is the total weight of the vehicle and the cargo. So, you got to take in your fuel and the product that's on your trailer and all of that into consideration. That's how you get this gross weight of 78,220 pounds. That's where you get that from. Now, number 2 is the length of the grade, which means the length of the grade is 5 miles, 6 miles, 8 miles. That's what that means, the length. How long is it? Then you got to take into consideration, which is number 3, the steepness of the grade, which is the percentage. If it's a 6% downgrade, a 7%, a 8%, a 9% downgrade. So you got to keep that in mind. And number 4 is the road conditions. You know, that you got to take that into fact. The road conditions, mine was like a snake, like I said. It just, so I had to really be extra careful coming down that hill, because it ain't like it's a straight down, it's a straight and zoop, 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 zigzag. So, and then number 5 is weather. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is it sunny? Fortunately, I was blessed. That day it was sunny, and the road pavement was dry and stuff like that, but it still had its hazards as I was coming down the hill, because I had no Jake brake. So since I was at 78,220 pounds, I'm riding maybe about, let me see, I say I'm probably in about 4th gear, and that's like right around like 15 to 20. Because as I'm going down the hill, when you're going down the hill, you don't want to keep applying your brakes that many times. Like, you got to remember the 5 miles per hour rule that's in the book. It'll say, okay, when you're going down a steep downgrade, you let it pick up. So let's use 20 miles per hour as the cutoff. So I'm going down the hills at 15 miles per hour. I start picking up speed, and it gets to 20 miles per hour. I apply the brake enough to bring it back down to 15 and get off the brake so it doesn't heat the brake up. Because if you ride your brakes going down the mountain or going down that steep downgrade, 1, you'll be lucky if you get to the bottom, if you ride your brakes all the way down. 2, you can fade your brakes, and your brakes will lose its stopping power, and you just got a runaway truck, and it might not be a runaway ramp. So the 5 miles per hour rule help you keep your brakes from heating up so bad that by the time you get to the bottom of the mountain or the bottom of that hill, you ain't on fire, because you ain't gonna be able to put that tire fire out with a fire extinguisher. It's going to require a tremendous amount of water. So if you get to the bottom of that downgrade and you rode your brakes like there was no tomorrow, and you start smelling that rubber burning, you start smelling that smoke, you know, if you touch your brakes, it heats up the drum. Because if y'all didn't know, the tires on the trucks is tubeless. Excuse me, the tires on the truck is tubeless. So it's just rim and tire. It ain't no inner tube like how you might see on a bicycle where there's an inner tube inside. No, it's just the rim and the tire is up against the rim, so it just holds the air in there. So once that heats up the rim, the drum heats up, it heats up that rim, and then it heats up them tires, and then you got a tire fire, and you're going to be in a world of hurt by the time you get to the bottom of that mountain. And I seen it in California before, coming down the mountain. And once I got down off the mountain and started getting into the straight, there was a truck on the shoulder on fire, completely burned the frame of the trailer and everything, like burnt the truck to a crisp. I was with my trainer at the time, with Mike. We was going into California. It was in the other lane coming out of Cali. So remember that, the 5 things that you got to remember with considering dealing with a downgrade. Number 1 was total weight of the vehicle in its cargo. Number 2 was the length of the grade. Number 3 is the steepness of the grade. Number 4 is road conditions. Number 5 is the weather. And that's what you got to remember. So thank God I had the great trainer that I had. Taught me how to handle these scenarios like this. And I hope you get that type of trainer like I had. And see, my trainer didn't train me to have just a regular driver's mentality. My trainer trained me to have an owner-operator state of mind. That's why I'm so hands-on with my truck, and I want to learn how to do things with my truck and change things on my truck without the shop doing it and stuff like that. So the stuff that I can really do on my own. I don't try to get too technical with mechanical with the truck, because that's Knight's property until down the line when I get it off their hands. But 7% downgrade, Smoky Mountains, no Jake brake, 78,220 pounds of moving vehicle going down a snake design downgrade. Think about it like this. And you might be able to go on YouTube and Google somebody driving down the Smoky Mountains, and you can see the terrain that I'm talking about. So when you're dealing with them downgrades, you got to be in the proper gear before you start the descent of the downgrade. Before you start going down, when you at the top, be in the right gear. Because once you start the downgrade, you're not going to be able to catch that lower gear because your speed going to be picking up. Because think about it, you're going downhill, so gravity is pulling you. Plus, that cargo is pushing you. So you're going to pick up speed and you ain't going to be able to you ain't going to be able to apply enough brake to slow you down, to downshift it, and you're going to be in a world of hurt. So to all my CDL drivers that's coming in this industry, please, please take it from me. If you get with a trainer and he's not training you to be the best that you can be, request for a new trainer. Do not let your trainer talk to you like you crazy. Do have respect for the trainer's truck, and be the go-getter. Be the go-getter. Be the one that say, hey, let me put the paperwork in. And if you got questions, let me ask you, okay, where this go, what goes here. Be that one. Be that driver. Take lead. Take lead. Because we giving up space as a trainer, we giving up space so we can take the time out to make you better. But a lot of trainers do just have students because they want the money, But I know a lot of people, as well as myself and my boy Patrick, who does training. We want to pass on that knowledge to the next generation, or our generation we in, because we see the generation before us don't really care about dropping that knowledge to us like that anyway. So this your boy Sinister. I hope this video helped y'all out.